Hey everyone, it's Matt from Oz Lego Collections. Welcome back to another video. So in today's Lego City update, we are going to be just having a chat about this area of the city that I have been doing most of my work on lately. Now, I've finally built and lit up the bookshop modular, and at the moment I've just placed it next to the corner garage and the Avengers Tower, but I'm not really sold on having it in that spot. Now, initially, I was thinking of having it up next to the Grand Emporium, but again, it didn't really work well with what I'm kind of going with up in that top level. Seeing that I already have like the Parisian restaurant, I've got a hotel, and we've got a shopping center. I wanted to kind of keep the theme and have shops and restaurants up in that corner. And now that they've announced the jazz club / pizzeria, I think that modular will go really well right here in this area. And I do have a space or a spot for another modular potentially, or I could make a custom mock or add another building in that corner. But I think that the jazz club and pizzeria will really work well with the theme I'm kind of going with up in that level. So the next option that I was thinking of is potentially swapping it out with the detective's office and adding the bookshop in this area here, because it'll kind of work well with the other apartment that we have next to the pet shop. There's the police station, and then there's obviously just other shops and diners and stuff like that in this area here. So I'm thinking of swapping that out, like I said, and seeing how that looks. I think it might work well. And the detective's office may actually work pretty good back over in this corner here. It's next to the Avengers Tower. There's a pool hall. So this area here, if people want to go there and chill out, get a haircut, play pool, it might work out to be pretty good in that corner there. So let's swap them out and let's see how they look. Okay guys, so we've swapped out the detective's office with the bookshop, and I'm really digging it. I think it fits pretty well next to the police station and the pet shop. I also like the fact that the pet shop has the apartment next to it, and so does the bookshop. So I think that kind of works really well together. And I also think that just overall in this part of the city, I think the bookshop works really well. Now, when I reconnected the lights for the bookshop, I was a little bit worried about how these purple LEDs were looking next to the donut shop purple LEDs. I thought they might clash a little bit, but when I sort of took a step back and had a proper look at it, it actually doesn't look that bad. It kind of really intertwines with the donut shop. So I actually don't mind it. I'm kind of digging it, but I would love to know what you guys think. So make sure you leave me a comment and just tell me what you guys think of the bookshop being in this spot here instead of the detective's office. And do you think that the purple LEDs clash, or do you think they sort of intertwine well together? I'd love to know. So now let's go check out the detective's office on this part of the city. So I'm also really digging this building here in this spot. I like the fact that the detective's office has got some flashing lights. We've got the pool sign that's flashing. We've got the barbershop LEDs on the sign flashing. And I think it just really livens up this area of the city, because on this side here, we've got so many things that are flashing. You've got the Daily Bugle, you've got the Palace Theatre, you've got a fountain up there next to the Grand Emporium and Boutique Hotel. The Ghostbusters Tower has LEDs flashing on it. So there's just so much happening in this whole corner of the city that I felt like this side just needed a little bit more of a live feeling. There will be flashing lights on the stage when we set it back up. So there will be a little bit more happening in this area, but I think the detective's office just really livens this corner area up. So I'm thinking of leaving that there, but again, this is where you guys come into it, and I love hearing your thoughts and ideas on the changes I make in the city. So make sure you let me know also what you guys think or how you feel about the detective's office being in this part of the city. Now, what else we have been working on in this part of the city is the 3-in-1 creator modulars. Now, I've had these in the city from day one, always found space to put them somewhere in the city, and they do work really well. And I actually really like having these 3-in-1 creator buildings. The next one that I'm looking to add is going to be the 3-in-1 noodle shop, the downtown noodle shop. So I have a couple of ideas on where I want to place that, and that will be in our next video. But this is what I've mainly been working on at the moment. Now, when I went to start tiling this part of the city, or this area where I've got the 3-in-1 creative buildings, I wanted to change it up a little bit. Like, I've done my standard gray or dark bluish gray tiling with my square patterns all the way through, and that will remain through the streets of the city. So I thought I wanted to distinguish this area a little bit more, and I decided to go with the light bluish gray and the dark bluish gray combo. And I think so far it actually looks really good, and it makes that area pop quite well. Once I finish, adding minifigures, adding some more detail, we've got more flower beds, we've added a new stand in this part here. We've got some trees starting to go in, and I'm thinking of tiling it all the way possibly to this corner here and then finishing it off, or potentially going right up to that next green base plate. But I do think once it's all finished, I think it will look really, really nice. And through this area here, I've left a gap between these two buildings and then just normal tiled it so it sort of joins in with the street tiling that I will be doing at the back here. So again, let me know what you guys think of this pattern and this color combo and how it's actually taking shape so far. I'd love to know your thoughts. And that will bring us down to the entrance of the theme park, which we've just started working on a little bit and just making some plans and mapping out how the entrance is going to start looking down this part here in front of the Disney castle, and then obviously planning having some shops in this part here. We're going to have a taller block in this corner here. So this is where we're going to start gradually working our way down. But so far, this is the main area we've been focusing on. I do have some other ideas and plans in this part here. I still don't know what I want to do. Create somewhat of a car park maybe in there, and then here is going to be all seating for the stage. So I could potentially have another 3-in-1 creator building just to finish this part off here. I'm not really sure. But if you have any ideas of what we can add in this corner here, I can add another modular, but then it might clash with the Avengers Tower. So I'm really 50-50 at the moment. I have the space, so that's not my issue. It's just I'm sort of trying to get my head around what I should be adding in this part of the city. So if you guys have any thoughts, any ideas, drop them down below. Start letting me know what you guys want to see in this part of the city, and we can see if we can make that happen. So the city is really starting to take shape and starting to really look the way I want it to look. And also, like we mentioned earlier, I think the jazz club will actually look really good in that spot once it's all lit up. I think it'll just really work well with those buildings. Let's have a quick look. I want to show you guys what the city's starting to look like with all the lights off, so in complete night mode. Let's have a quick look at that before we wrap the video up and see how it's looking. Okay, so the city in complete night mode, and it looks incredible. And I'm actually really liking the purple next to the bookshop and the police station. I actually think it looks really good at night as well. So I'm really thinking that it's going to stay there permanently. I personally think it works really well, better than what I thought. And overall, the entire city just looks really live and vibrant and just full of sparkling, flashing lights, movement. There's so much going on. It looks insane. And I can't wait to complete this side of the city and especially get that stage up and going. And I'm also going to have a working screen in that area in between the stage. So that's going to really liven this corner up. And also the 3-in-1 creator buildings that we've been working on here look so good lit up at night. And we're going to add some more street lamps just to brighten this area up some more. But so far that looks just really warm and inviting. And also once we start lighting up the theme park, I think that's going to start to look really good. I can't wait to show you guys that next step. But that pretty much wraps up our video for today. So before you make your way out, please remember to hit the subscribe button down below, turn all your notifications on, give this video a big thumbs up if you did like it, and drop your comments down below. So until next time, I hope you guys have a very safe and Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and we will catch you in the next video. See ya.